Hello there and welcome to Grant Driver, the Prosperity Driver. I started this channel, for those of you who are new to this channel, to help you to get the coaching and mentoring tips that would enable you to be more successful at your career and to live a more fulfilling and abundant life. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the concept of growth mindset. Growth mindset is the opposite to a fixed mindset. And the reason why I'm passionate about sharing growth mindset with you is because it's a great tool to use to navigate yourself out of those situations or challenges that you've got that are limiting you and having a big impact upon your success, either in your personal life or in your career. So growth mindset gives you the opportunity to look at what you're experiencing from a different perspective. Growth mindset is the opposite to a fixed mindset. A fixed mindset is where you find yourself caught up in negative thinking, where you get caught up in challenges. A fixed mindset is where you think that you can't go any further with your life or with your career, that you lack the skills that you need to be successful, and where you are is where you're basically going to be stuck for a long time to come. It's not a great place to be. And since COVID, I've noticed that more and more people are experiencing this fixed mindset. They are overwhelmed with the challenges that they are experiencing. So what's the alternative? The alternative to this is having what is known as a growth mindset. And a growth mindset is where you start to look at possibility, where you're moving from this sense of frustration to becoming more optimistic, where you start to think to yourself, I have got what it takes to be successful. I've got all this experience. I have what it takes to move forward with hope and with optimism. So a fixed mindset is where you get overwhelmed with problems and challenges, and that creates limitations. A growth mindset is where you say, you know what? I've got what it takes to be successful. I'm not limited by my past or my beliefs, which I can change. I can, in fact, change the way that I think. I can change the way that I feel to create more abundance in my life. So then how do we go about doing this? How do we start leveraging a growth mindset? Well, I believe it starts with your thoughts. It's about managing your thoughts, because we have between 40 to 50,000 thoughts a day, and we get caught up in those thoughts. So what you want to do with a growth mindset is to catch yourself when you're having thoughts in which you belittle yourself, thoughts that are negative, thoughts that are limiting. Because as we all know, in neuroscience, your thoughts activate neurotransmitters in your glands, and you start to feel the way that you're thinking. So a negative thought creates a negative feeling. Negative feelings create more negative thoughts, and so you get caught up in that. So what you want to do is start becoming more aware of your thoughts as and when they arise, and say, you know what, that's a negative thought. How do I change that into a more positive thought? Then it's about looking at the challenges that you've got and saying, right, how do I approach this challenge with a growth mindset? Because there is always a solution to a problem. When we have a fixed mindset, we're caught up in the problem. When we have a growth mindset, we say, well, you know what, there is a solution to this problem. And then we have a look at what those solutions could be, writing down possible solutions to a problem. When you do that, you start to become more optimistic. People will say to you, you need to be more optimistic. But what does it really mean? Optimism is brought about when we say, right, this is my challenge, here are the solutions, and then you pick a solution, then you become more optimistic. And when you're more optimistic, you start to feel better. And research at Harvard University has shown that people who are optimistic have healthier hearts than people who are pessimistic. So growth mindset is not only good for just thinking through challenges and problems you've got, but they also give you the opportunity. Growth mindset gives you the opportunity to actually start feeling a lot better and more positive about things. So it starts with your thoughts and your feelings. How else can you have a growth mindset? Well, a growth mindset comes about when we appreciate what we've got in our lives, when we have a sense of deep appreciation and gratitude for our blessings. I'm a big believer in gratitude journal. For those of you who have been on my seminars, a gratitude journal is so important because it enables you to focus on your blessings and not on your problems. What else can you do to develop a greater growth mindset? What you could start doing is surrounding yourself with positive people. People who reinforce the positive side of life. Often we hang out with people whose thoughts are or tend to be rather negative, and we get caught up in that. Stay away from those negative people. In fact, don't walk away from negative people, run away from negative people. Surround yourself with positive people. Become part of, or rather start a group of people a group of people where you are focusing on possibility, on finding solutions to problems. It's always good to bounce off situations that we find ourselves in with other people and to get their insights and their guidance, because sometimes somebody might just have an idea that you haven't thought of that actually might give you an opportunity to see things differently. So growth mindset really is about perception. It's about how you're seeing the problem and focusing on possibilities. When you start to focus on possibilities, you start to feel a lot better. The growth mindset is also about resilience. It's about keeping on, not giving up. It's so easy to give up in life nowadays. It's so easy to get caught up in the problems where we don't want to move forward. So growth mindset is about developing the grit to say, you know what, I've got what it takes and I can do this. So growth mindset people have a vision. They know where they want to go in life, what they want to achieve, and they set the goals to help them achieve that vision. So think about what it is that you want to do with your life. Focus on the future, not on the past. If you focus on the past, you've got a fixed mindset. If you're focusing on the future, that's a growth mindset. And then saying, right, that's what I want to do. What goals do I need to put in place to achieve that vision? And you put those goals down on paper and you read those goals a couple of times a day so that you focus on that. Growth mindset people also have developed the habit of affirmations. So they write down affirmations that support them. Affirmations that are positive, that you read first thing in the morning just before you go to bed at night. A great growth mindset affirmation could be, I have a growth mindset. I have the ability to create the future I want. I am future driven. I am creative. I am innovative. I am abundant. I deserve abundance. Those are examples of growth mindset mantras that you could develop. In future episodes of the Prosperity Driver, I'll share some very powerful affirmations and mantras with you. So at the end of the day, the growth mindset is taking charge of yourself. It's saying, this is where I am, this is where I want to go, and this is what I'm going to do to get there. That's self-management at the end of the day. Growth mindset is moving from being a victim to saying, I've got what it takes to be successful. And that is a winning approach. And when you start to do that, you're going to start to feel better, your thoughts will change, you'll become more proactive, and you will experience more prosperity and abundance in your life. On that note, take care, look after yourself, and remember that everything you need to be successful is within you. Move away from the fixed mindset, focus on the growth mindset, and make good things happen in your life. I'll catch you soon on the next episode of Grant Driver, the Prosperity Driver. Take care, look after yourself.